Welcome back to Piano for the Blind. Today's lesson 7, learning how to play chords in more ways. So I've already taught you how to do inversions and things like that, but we're going to teach you how to do like chords even like more spread out and in different ways. Gonna throw in just talking about playing octaves as a melody, and then maybe at the end I might throw you another 4-chord progression. Nothing with like a melody or anything, but just something small to throw at you guys if I remember. But we're going to start on a C major with our right hand, actually. Most of the time, depending on what you're doing, you don't play chords with your right hand, but in this instance you do when you want to split a chord up or do other things. So this is a way to do it. And we're going to be on the middle C major. And what you're going to do is play that with your right hand, as I said, and then with your left hand, I want you to go down to not the next C down, but the C further beyond it. It's basically 2 octaves down, and if you forgot what an octave is, it's basically the distance between two of the same note, and that is what an octave is. So we're going to go down 2 octaves, so we're not going to use that C, but we're going to use one even lower. And you're going to play them at the same time. So you're going to play that lower C with your left hand, and then you're going to play the C major chord in your right hand at the same time. And so it gives it more like oomph. It just puts more power into it. And a way that you can just double the bass note and just make it, more, and just like a different way to play it. So this is just like, I'll play the chord without the bass note and you can just hear the difference. So. But yeah, that's just one way of doing it. So you can add that bass note in to just get more of that, just fill out things more. So that's one way to do it. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to break up a chord even more. Because as I explained with inversions, as long as it has the same notes as whatever the chord's notes are, it doesn't matter the order. As long as you have them all there, it will still make the chord, and you can do this in a different way than just inversion. So we're going to go to, I'm going to go down, like instead of the middle C, we're going to go down to the next C down further because it'll be easier for me and my mic's in the way. So, but it is still a C major 7. C, E, G, B. And as you know, those are the notes, C, E, G, B. But we can mix them up in a different way than just inversions by spreading it more across the piano. This is why you would need both hands to do this. So what we are going to do is you're going to with your left hand, you're going to play that C and the G. But with the E and the B, you're going to move it up. So with your right hand, you can hit that B that's like next to the G, like 2 over from the A, and then add a higher E. And we can take it a step further. And so I want you to go up to that higher E and let go of the G that we were on, or not G, B. And then just go ahead and play an even higher B with the higher E. And as you've noticed, it's still a C major 7, but it's broken up in a different way, and it has a different sound to it. This is what people call voicings on piano, different voicings, and just a different way to voice it. So one more time, the C and the G you keep the same from that chord, but then again, the B that's at the end of that chord you would play, and then you would play a higher E with your in the right hand. And this is like kind of how the difference is. This is just the normal way to do it. Then we're going to do it that way with the higher E, and it just mixed up that first time. Then the other way I showed you, where we go still hitting that higher E, but then you hit a higher B with your right hand. And that is more ways to play chords and to mix them up. And of course, those are not the only ways to do it. If you think about it and really think about the layout, you can get even more creative and do different things and mix things up even more. For instance, you could have the first note and the fourth note, and then shuffle around the second note and third note in the chord and move them higher up. You can do all sorts of things. So I just wanted to give you this to just kind of have it expand your mind of what you can do on the piano, because it's just that versatile with how open it is. But now, hopefully you guys got that. I'm just going to talk about playing octaves with your right hand. So as you know, playing melodies. You just, play kind of like a line of melodies. But what you can do is you can just double that note and just make it have more power. Similarly to just hitting a second bass note that's lower down, you get more power in the chord in that way. But you can make your melody more powerful. So, as I explained, it's just, you would just do, play an octave. So thumb and pinky, stretch that hand. I have very small hands, pretty small hands. So, and I can still reach an octave. So I think most people should be able to. And I can even reach one more over than that. But that's about it, and it's a bit difficult. But an octave is fine. But I'm playing 2 higher Cs. So you want to stretch your hand, like I said, and you're going to play that. Now I'm going to play just this higher low C by itself. You hear that? And I'm going to play the other C with it. And something fun you could do to practice this, you could play up a scale, right, in octaves. This is actually a pretty good training exercise to help with stretching your hand out and making it stronger, is just to play it as a scale. So all the notes of a C major scale, you could play it like that in octaves. Messed up a little bit there, but you get the idea. I didn't warm up my hand enough to do that. But yeah, so that's just something you can do to practice doing that. But of course, because you could add this to chords, and it'll just make whatever you're playing hit more. So if I just hit this, but we'll add in the higher note. So you see, it just adds more oomph, another way of playing things differently. As you know, I've given you just a bunch of different ways to play the piano, different techniques and stuff that you can use. And of course, I am by no means an expert. Okay, I've tried to explain that to people, that I am not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm none of that. I'm just a guy who is blind, who likes playing piano, and I've just tried to learn some stuff, like just by myself. So there's plenty more out there for you guys to learn on different techniques and stuff. So, just this, I have not taught you everything that there is. I've taught you the basics and a little bit beyond it. There's probably going to be about another 2 or 3 lessons, and then that'll like complete the series. But yeah, so I'm going to now teach you another 4-chord progression real quick, just to end off this video. And that chord progression is a major chord progression, and it is just a 1, 4, 6, 5. So just slightly different. So 1, 4, 6, 5. And all that would be is an on a C major scale, or in C major. So we would do C major as our 1. And then we're going to go to our 4, which is F major. Then 6, which is the A minor. And then to our 5 chord, the G major. And it would go more like this. You also could play the notes downward if you wanted. So instead of going up, you could go down. You could mix it around. So we could do something like this, where we do the C, go to that F, and then we could go to the lower for the A minor, and then the G. Or you could, jump back up to the G and just mix it around, if you wanted, whatever sounds the best to you and what is most fun. But yeah, so that is a short chord progression you can play around with. And yeah, that has been it for this lesson. I will see you guys in the next lesson.